Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Welcome to the first Testimony Monday of 2026. Yay! Y'all, I'm excited for 2026 and all that it's going to bring. But I do want to take a moment to show respect and honor because everyone didn't make it into 2026. And that is hard. Grief is a crazy thing and something I'm still learning about myself because the anniversary of my father passing is coming up at the end of January. So I don't know how I'm going to be, but I'm open to whatever emotions choose to arise to feel them and be honest with myself in those moments. But I just want to pray peace over anyone who has lost anyone who did not make it into 2026 with you or recently passed. I just ask that the Holy Spirit will cover you and comfort you and give you peace in the days, months, and years to come. And I just want to say, whomever you are, whoever it applies to, if you know someone, just sit with them. You don't have to ask a bunch of questions. Just show up. Do a thing. You don't have to ask them, like, if there's anything you need. And I had to learn that the hard way. Because in the past, when I was on the other side, it was more so, hey, let me know if you need anything. But a person's mind is running in 1,000 different directions that you don't necessarily need someone to ask you, what do you need? You just need someone to fill a need. So if you see a need that a friend has, some good advice I seen recently, it was like, instead of, hey, do you need anything? Hey, at 7 o'clock, I'm going to drop off this meal to you. And I'll be there. I'm going to drop it for you and you'll have what you need, whatever you need. Hey, I'm going to go by the grocery store, pick this stuff up. Even if they're like, no, I don't need anything, it's fine. Just show up. Most of the time, and obviously this is based on case by case for each person, what they might need, but show up. I don't care how strong the person is. I don't care if, maybe they're not as in tune with their emotions, or maybe they're very in tune with their emotions, but just show up for people. Keep them lifted in prayer. And let's stay away from, those things. Learn this the hard way myself of, oh, you'll see them again when you get to heaven, or, okay, but I want to see them now. Like, and especially the way some people pass in certain circumstances when it's sudden, when there was no warning, or maybe, there was things leading up to it. Either way, let's go off of less is more. I think that is great. Less is more. Less is more. And just sit with the person. And like I said, I had to learn this the hard way. One time I said something I'm not going to repeat what that is, because me and that person never had a conversation about it. So out of respect for that, I won't tell the story. But I definitely dropped the ball majorly and lost a friend because of it. And I definitely understand and take responsibility for it. And I don't have an excuse for why. I could simply say, oh, I was young, I didn't know, I wasn't thinking, I was just saying something. But that doesn't excuse what was said and how that affected that person and hurt them. And so I just want I want you all to know, if anyone is in your circle that has lost someone recently, then just be there for them. Your presence is more than enough. Your smile is more than enough. Bringing them food, showing up for them. The most important thing you can do is to show up. Do a puzzle with them, or if they just want you to sit with them and they bust out into tears, or maybe they're angry the next moment, maybe they're throwing things. That's the beauty of friendship, being able to sit with your friends through different seasons that they might be going through. And if grief is one of those seasons, because grief doesn't have a timeline of when it wants to show up. You literally can be anywhere and everywhere. Heck, I remember after my dad passed, I literally was at a wedding. Perfectly fine that day, nothing. The wedding starts, still good. The bride's brothers, I believe, walked her down the aisle. And it hit me literally while they were walking down the aisle that my father is never going to walk me down the aisle. And when I say I was like in tears, and I kind of turned to the side because I didn't want anyone to see me cry. And I didn't want to be crying because I'm like, the moment's not even, it's not about me in that moment. But I still dropped, some tears, y'all, because you just never know when it's going to show up. And obviously that is something that would very well bring someone to tears, because you envision this thing of when you're walking down the aisle that your father will be there to walk you. No matter what the relationship is, you still expect, And so I won't have that, opportunity. And that's okay, but I think it was good for me to feel what I need to feel. And then when I got in the car, I was on the phone with my mama, and I was telling her the story, and baby, at that point, the waterworks was coming. So, and she just listened, and then she was talking to me and stuff and whatnot. But yeah, just sit with your people. You don't have to ask a bunch of questions. Just show up. If you see a need, feel the need. Serve. That's the best thing I can say, is just serve. So I thought I was about to do a video about a different topic. So I guess we will save that for What's the Word Wednesday. But I've just seen so much grief on my timeline, and my heart goes out to each individual, whether I know you or not, or, talk to you daily just because the daily go of our lives and getting stuff done, work, life, all of that. But my heart is with each person who's lost a parent or both, because it's an unexplainable pain for various reasons. And so I'm not going to go any deeper than that, because everyone's situation is different. Their emotions are different. So I can't put mine on someone else. They would have to, speak from their position of grief. But one thing I do know is that each day you heal more and more, and the joy of the Lord is yours, and he will restore your joy in your heart, because a lot of times you feel like you've lost a piece of yourself that you cannot get back. And yes, you have memories, but there's certain things that pop up, or you hear a song, a smell, or whatever the case may be. And so I just want to encourage you to get around your friends and love on them, pray on them, intercede for them. And in your days where, you can't always lean on Christ. Above all else, you always lean on Christ, but asking the Holy Spirit to just sit with you. Like, the Holy Spirit is a great comforter, and he will sit with you. I remember asking him to sit with me as I was on the 3rd floor, I think, of the parking garage. Don't ask me why I went back to work so soon. But just, I made it through that whole day fine, kikiing at work. I guess you could say it was a distraction. And then I get in the car, and whoo, a flood of emotions hit your girl. And that was like, and baby, I cried every tear I had to cry in that moment, because tears didn't stop after that. But that day, in that moment, I allowed myself to just feel, and I cried out to God and was like, Holy Spirit, sit with me, comfort me. And in that moment, he did. And he will also send people to encourage you, to be with you, to speak life over you. And as hard as it may be, or to hear, but fight for your right. How am I trying to say this? Fight for your right that when that person, now that they're no longer here, that when they're buried, you're not buried with them. Your emotions aren't buried with them. Don't put on the grave clothes. Don't do it. Get around community, whether it's there, get around. And for community, if they don't want to be around you, yes, you still need to respect that if they're not ready to be around community. But that inner circle, show up regardless of what they're telling you, just to check in. Hey, I'm standing outside your door. You don't even have to let me in. I just Can you FaceTime me real quick? Can I get a picture? I just want to make sure, I'm just checking in on you. So still check in on your people, surround them with love and care, and graciousness. And that was one of the things I learned before my father even passed, that I heard this individual say when she had lost her husband, that what would have meant the world to her if people just sat with her. Instead of all the questions or this, that, and the third, just simply be present with them in the moment and allow them to be and do whatever they need to do to grieve. And especially in ways, obviously, that are healthy. And then we don't need to really get into what's healthy or not. But, if it's something destructive to your mind, your body, keep them lifted in prayer. Don't judge them. Love on them. Be there for them. So, all right, guys. I definitely had like my notes in my Bible ready to talk about a topic, but I guess it was something else that needed to be discussed tonight. But I'm definitely praying for any and everyone tonight who's grieving right now. Whether you lost a parent or someone close to you 5 minutes ago, a day ago, 2 days ago, a week ago, months ago, a year, 10, 15, 20, or 30 years. Because the pain is still there, but how you react to the pain does change over time. So I am definitely lifting you all up in prayer. Love you all, praying for you all. Alrighty, bye.